Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel, the Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Radio Network on Facebook, the Kempire on Twitch, and the Kempire on Periscope. We are going to give people a moment to get into the chat room, but we're going to talk about Kandi's Speak on It because I feel like it was worth it. And we got two parts. After I announced that we were going to break down her Speak on It, she released a part 2 last night. And I want to talk about it because that part 2 actually had a lot of really great information in regards to that deleted scene. But before we do that, be sure to like this video and, of course, share this video with some of your friends. Go to your Instagram, go to your Twitter. Let people know that we're live. We're going to be live talking, taking your calls as well. I've posted the link, the StreamYard link for you to call in and share your thoughts. I don't care if you're Team Portia. I don't care if you're Team Kenya, or if you're Team Kandi. I'm just going to go. I took some notes. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. That way I'll be able to see your questions or comments and things like that. Shout out to all of the folks in the chat room already. Let me just open up. Hold on. I see Gabrielle, Diana, our moderator. I see Miriam in the background. Ooh, we have a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack. I already know Miriam has a lot to say because I see our Kenya Moore hair care is all flowing in the background. But before we bring anyone up, again, for those that are watching, like this video if you haven't already. I've posted links to my sources because you know here on the channel, I like to cite my sources. And I posted a new video that I did with my girl, Fem Tarot. You know, if you've been following the channel, we've been doing this really great collaboration with Fem Tarot, doing a tarot reading of some of your favorite celebrities. But recently we've been doing the Real Housewives, and the latest video is Kenya Moore. So all the questions that you want answered, I asked Fem Tarot to ask the cards, and your comments have been very interesting, y'all. But anyways, let's get into this. Let's break down Kandi Speak on It. If you're not following Kandi Speak on It, she says it at the end of part 2. She really is bringing a lot. And I have to say, this is probably why we need Kandi on the show, because she's giving us some tea from behind the scenes. And she's explaining, you know, we've been complaining about editing this season. Well, she's telling us even at the reunion, there's so much that's edited out. So much. But before we bring you know who on, because I see she has a fan, I want to bring up one of our, she always supports the channel, and I just want to say thank you to her. Natalie, what's going on? Natalie wasn't ready for me. Natalie, are you there?
I'm sorry. This is my first time ever calling in somewhere, so.
Oh, wow. And you did it for me. I appreciate that. First of all, thank you for always supporting the channel. You always come through, not only with your comments, but also supporting us with super chats. So thank you.
Right. No, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I'm a student, and I usually am at home. Like right now I'm making dinner, and I hardly ever have time to myself. So when I have time to myself at night or whenever I wake up, you guys, just YouTube in general, especially you and Up and Adam bringing you on, just really opened up a lot of just great content. So just thank you, because I don't think you and other YouTubers know how much you give us kind of an escape from reality.
Wow. Natalie, thank you so much for those kind words. Natalie, you know we're talking about this Speak on It. Did you have thoughts that you wanted to share?
Yes. Okay. So I have a tendency to I think I have ADD, so I don't always connect the dots. So I just wanted to start out by saying these women, just in my opinion, these women have too much, you know, ego, where they can't just admit that they're wrong. Like, come on, ladies. If you know, I almost dressed up once as Pocahontas because it's just cute, you know? And I think a lot of times the way you are raised and stuff like that, like these things wouldn't have mattered, you know, really 20, 30 years ago, you know, with cultural appropriation. I understand it now, but, you know, a lot of times we don't know. And I think if you're confronted with being wrong, you should just kind of say, hey, I'm sorry. Like, what's the big deal? I think all these women have such big heads. Like, you peppers. And also,
damn.
peppers need to be
Natalie, I
canceled.
didn't expect that part. Well, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Natalie.
I just wanted to say too that I have a tiny bit of Pima Indian in my blood. My grandmother, who I'm her sole caretaker, she's 96. She was born on a Pima Indian reservation, and so we have all of our little cards. We're just like a small percentage, like an eighth or something. So I mean, I can understand she's very proud of her heritage. It's just, I wouldn't want to go off wearing, costumes that are not appropriate and that are offensive to people. So girl, sit down. Just say you're sorry and sit down. That's it.
Well, Natalie, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to keep, if anything, I'm going to keep you in the backstage just because I want to bring up some other callers, okay?
Okay, I'll try to stay as long as I can because I'm making dinner. I already burnt my rice pilaf watching that video on Jason's channel with the sangria. My rice was right in front of me, and I looked up after the video was over, and my rice.
Well, I'm glad you called in and shared your thoughts, and I hope you'll continue to listen and watch.
Yes, I'll try to. If I disappear, then I'm sorry, but you're just so great, Kempire. Thank you for everything. I was sorry, I've talked a lot. I just want to say one more thing. Sure. I was on DJ Richie Sky's channel, like I was catching one of his lives, and I did a super chat, and I was like, "Watch Femtero. She did a reading on Kenya." So I did that too with Nini. So hopefully, people.
Oh my God, you're incredible! Thank you so much.
I really believe in Femtero. So she's just a great lady. Anyway, so okay, I'll just try to be quiet and I'll try to mute my mic.
Natalie, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna bring up. Okay, I have a few callers in the background, Miriam. So I'm gonna need you to mute your mic. Okay.
Just wait. Can you hear?
Oh no! Turn it up. You're gonna get me. You're gonna get me violated. Let me mute your mic. Tafara, did I?
Yes.
Do me a favor. Close any sort of browsers because I hear myself in the background. I'll bring you back in a second. Daisha, hey, Gabrielle, what's going on? Okay, all right, everyone. So because we have so many callers, I do just want to remind everyone, when you're not speaking, just mute your mic just to avoid any sort of background noise. I'm going to go to Daisha. Daisha, first of all, did you watch Kandi speak on it?
Yes, Lord.
Oh.
Portia's a liar. I just do not like Portia. It's something about her. It's always something sneaky. She always got something sneaky going on in the back. It's just like, she's untrustable, and I don't believe that, her and Kandi. I always feel like Portia has underline. It's always something underlining with her. It's always.
I want to get to that, but there was so much said in part one because that she really covers the whole situation with Portia in part two. But hold your thoughts, okay? Because I do want to hear your thoughts on that because that is such a big part of part two. I want to dive into that. But before we dive into that, okay, I just want to give you a little summary of part one. Just a couple of things that I want to cover because we did say we were going to break down this speak on it because it's worth it. She gave us the whole plan behind her, the whole behind the scenes of her outfit. And look, seeing it in movement, especially her nails and things like that, it was great. I still didn't love the costume, but she really did go with the theme. Kandi went with the theme. Look, it is what it is. You love the costume, Daisha? Well, then look. It is what it is. So she goes over that. I'm going to be shady to Kandi at the very beginning, and then I'm going to come back around to support my girl because it is Taurus season. Look, and I love my Kandi. And this is why I'm going to fight for Kandi to be on the show because Kandi does bring a lot when it comes to speak on it. She gives us the behind the scenes. And if anything, we need a bone collector amongst the cast so we can keep doing speak on it. Just saying. And I have linked part one and part two in the description of this video of Kandi's speak on it so you can see it yourself if you haven't. But so she talks about the whole preparation for the reunion, from her outfit, from the idea for it. She says, she heard the backlash in regards to her outfit and she doesn't care. She said that was the theme. She was the only one that really followed the theme. The only other ladies that she felt followed the theme was Marlo and Latoya. And they didn't even follow it that much. They just sort of went a little bit more provocative. I can appreciate Kandi for that. And look, she's a Taurus, so she's stubborn. She's going to stick with, I did what I did, get over it. But one thing I'm going to call Kandi out for, because she was mad that the production had people going in the rooms reminding people to make sure that their masks were on. Kandi, FYI, it is the law. It may not be the law in Georgia, but it's the law in New York. And that's where they were filming. She also wasn't happy that they were filming the reunion in New York because she's so used to having her support system. She wanted to have Don Juan and what's her name? I forgot her name. It doesn't matter. Her other Carmen. Thank you, Captain Thurl. Carmen. She wanted them to come in and out. Girl, we're in a pandemic. I can't with you people. Anyways, in a pandemic. So that annoyed me in the very beginning of the whole situation. But she said those were one of the things that annoyed her during the whole reunion. Someone kept on coming in the room because you clearly saw the woman doing her hair. Her mask thing was up. Her mask was down. Girl, what's the point of having it then? Anyways, and I'm sure they all were tested. But look, I don't know. Based on Kandi's attitude in that regard, it makes me question. Exactly, Gabrielle. Thank you, Gabrielle. Hey, Gabrielle.
Hey.
Okay. I'm going to ask you this, Gabrielle, and then I'm going to go around the room because we have quite a few people. Lord, everybody wants to weigh in. Everyone in the backstage, stay there. Don't go anywhere. I will be taking phone callers. I know there's a lot of technical situations going on. For those that are watching, we have 86 people watching right now. Like this video if you haven't liked it yet. I want to ask Gabrielle this. What were your thoughts on Kandi's costume or their costumes in general? Because I don't think you called in that day when we did a whole catch up about it.
I didn't love her costume. I'm not going to lie. And usually I feel like Kandi looks great on the reunions.
Mm-hmm.
But for the hair, I get the theme. I get it. But I just didn't love it. I feel Latoya looked incredible. When I saw her walk out at the end, she looked incredible. Mm-hmm. Drew looked okay. I mean, it wasn't, spectacular. Portia, I'm a Portia stan. Sorry.
Oh, I'm glad. We need them. We need them here because you see Captain Twirl at the top.
Okay. I don't understand.
Daisha just shades you. I saw that eye you gave her, Daisha.
That's okay. Look, that's okay. But
we need it. We need it, though. We need it.
Because I don't understand how people can be. Anyways, I loved Portia's look. Kenya looked great, too. Cynthia always looks good. Cynthia always looks great. Marlo, she was okay.
We'll get a better look next week.
No, from what I've seen, no. Shamia, no. I feel best dressed was either Latoya or Portia or Kenya. I would give them top 3. I don't know who's top.
What about Cynthia?
I would give them top 3.
What about Cynthia? Daisha, what? You can unmute yourself.
Cynthia
who did you think?
Good too. But Latoya looked so good to me.
Wait, go ahead, Daisha.
Cynthia is a model, so we already know she gonna come with it. It's like expected, you know. She's like on a different level.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can't even really put her in the category, but she right. I mean, Portia dress was pretty, as well as Kenya dress was. I would actually wear Kenya dress and Portia dress. I think both of them were very cute. Drew, I'm with Latoya. Had no one said anything to Drew, she would have never stepped up her game, baby.
But okay, that's great, everyone. But the theme was 50 Shades.
No.
Dungeon.
Drew did not serve
burlesque.
Drew did not serve that. And Drew is a beautiful girl. She did not serve that. I'm sorry.
She didn't give it. Kandi, I mean, I know people don't like her outfit as much, but for the theme, I knew automatically what theme it was when I saw her whole outfit.
Yes.
So I already knew, like, okay, they're gonna be in the dungeon. And I guess some people didn't realize that, but y'all know how Kandi is.
Well, this is why I love to speak on it.
Do it, yeah.
This is why I love to speak on it, because Kandi said when she had conversations with the other ladies, they were all talking about like how much skin should they show. Basically, they pretty much went in a whole other direction. I'm going to go to Captain Twirl. Captain Twirl, what were your... we're going to get into the nitty gritty of the speak on it. I just wanted to give, because I know people are running on certain people's time. So I wanted to give you some time, people, to get in here. Captain Twirl, what were your thoughts on just the portion of Kandi talking about the theme, her outfit, and everyone else's outfits?
For me, best dressed was Latoya. Close second, Kenya. But I would give the award to Kandi, because Kandi was committed, and the first picture, the problem is you only have one chance to give the first impression. And the picture that Bravo leaked wasn't favorable for her. When she did that video and speak on it, amazing. I give her props. Portia's dress, gorgeous, but honestly, no shade. It seemed like a recycled version of the dress she wore on Cynthia's wedding. Very, very similar. So there was no element of surprise there.
In all fairness, it was the same designer.
Yeah, that's my point. So really, no shade. She's gorgeous, Portia. Nobody can say anything about her looks.
And we're gonna delve into Portia a little bit later on, because as I said to you before, part 2 of Kandi Speak on It really delves into that deleted scene and what that really was all about. And to me, it gave me a lot of clarity. And I'm looking at somebody with a side eye. But so just a couple of other things before we jump into the whole Native American costume and things like that. Kandi said, so a lot of people were commenting on Kandi's faces during the reunion. And part of that was because she said people kept on coming in and out her room while she was getting ready. She was running a little bit behind because of the costumation that she was wearing. And partially because it was freezing cold. And it made me think, was Bravo really just probably initially trying to get them agitated to kind of get more of a tension going on? I wouldn't put it past them, partially because she said they complained about it being too cold and it took them forever to correct the situation. Captain Twirl, thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised, just like they did with the bus. They broke the AC. I feel
they broke it intentionally.
Oh yeah. No, there's no way on earth. Like, they are all divas, you know, so they wouldn't accept that. They were forced into it. They really were. And I don't think it was the whole trip, because when they came to South Carolina, they were looking good. Like, the makeup wasn't melted. But I feel like the portion of the trip that they were annoyed and that they wouldn't fix the AC, that it was intentionally done. Like, by now we all know how the producers and the editing department at Bravo works.
I'm going to take a couple of phone calls. Familiar face, St. J is here. St. J, thoughts?
Oh my gosh, you caught me off guard. Okay.
Oh, sorry. At least you're not on camera.
I think that the theme is the theme. I think that Kandi said it best. She's a chocolate girl. She needed more lighting. They shouldn't have put her out there like that with that outfit. However, I know Kandi's point was, I've worn every different configuration of ball gowns to reunions.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that's the thing for the reunion. So I would have liked to have seen her, like the dress she had on for Speak on It, had she added the rest of the pieces to it that she said she had.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that would have probably been better for the reunion than the other outfit was just too costumey.
Yeah, I did enjoy her Speak on It outfit, but she said that what she was wearing on Speak on It was an alternative just in case the other outfit didn't come together. I would have preferred what she had on, but then that really would have been a reunion look. I just feel like the reunion look could have been just touched up a little bit better. But she said she owns it. Look, we'll move on. Since we're talking about costumes, we have to talk about the whole Native American costume that Kenya received a lot of backlash on. And I didn't realize it. All of you guys are screaming at me on Sunday. No, it's true. Drew is lying. Drew is lying. It was a costume. So I had to, have the photo and show you the actual photo that she was wearing in this family get together. That this is not what was described.
I've seen two different pictures though. I've seen one picture of Drew on Twitter actually about an hour ago where it did look like it was a family get together.
Yes.
And she had on a Native American garb. This one is clearly a costume though.
Yeah. And this is what people were referring to. But you know what? A lot of people also have been saying in the comments is that, that wasn't a moment for Kenya to throw them under the bus. It was a moment for Kenya to own it for herself. Captain Twirl, thoughts, because I already see you reacting. You're muted. You're muted, ma'am. You're muted.
Sorry. So I'm trying to be good here, okay? So
you're trying.
So Kenya is supposed to take the beating, and they attack her, and she will just lay on the floor, and they can roll all over her. Like, come on. Like, when it was like, I was shocked that came about to be true with pictures. What a nerve both of them had. And Portia, she was at least as smart. She shut up in the reunion. Meanwhile, Drew, she kept going. And they were caught off guard. They didn't know that Kenya was going to come back at them like that. Kenya did her homework. And really, honestly, she said something so true. Use this time for a teachable moment. Don't try to ostracize me when you both have done the same thing. Your sister, you posted the picture of your sister, Portia, wearing the same costume. You, Drew, you were wearing the same costume. So you're pointing one finger at me, and the other three is pointing, are pointing back at you both. Come on, serious. That was for me, that was it. It showed how they behave towards Kenya, double standard all the time. And now they're saying Kenya, she wasn't supposed to bring that up. Oh, let's shift gears and pretend it was the other way around. Seriously. So Portia was gonna stay with her mouth shut, or Drew. Nobody could, she was inserting herself in every single moment. So you know what? They got some of their own medicine, and Twirl, she schooled them. She did.
Daisha, I see you shaking your head. What are your thoughts?
I feel like it was a teachable moment. What Kenya did was the right thing. It shouldn't have been nothing else said that, I learned my lesson. But on top of that, what's up with production? They knew better. They could have said,
to the fact that they turned down her mic, and she said there was a lot cut out of that particular scene.
Mm-hmm. You could tell something was cut out. You could really tell. They could have just told her to change. Don't they have a personal relationship with these people where they go to these people's houses, they get them all suited up? They could have mentioned that.
Honestly, and I've been saying that as well, because you saw at the top of that particular segment, Andy, reiterated what Bravo said in apology in regards to the costume. My thing is look, I understand it, and I'm just going to reiterate it for people that are watching it live and people that will be watching this video afterwards. Wearing Indian Native American costumes back in the day was acceptable. It wasn't cool. It wasn't, look, Native American people didn't like it then, but we weren't, bashing people or canceling people back then. Let's just say that. But yes. I was like, whoa, when I saw the preview of Kenya in that Indian garb, I was like, oh, she's going to get it. She's going to get it. Yeah. And now look at where we are. She's getting it.
And I think they did that for views. They're doing that to boost up views because their party was sucky. Wasn't even nobody there.
Damn. All right. I want to take a couple of callers because I want to be fair. I'm going to drop a couple of you guys. I'll keep Captain Twirl because Captain Twirl, I'm going to bring you guys back. Do not hang up. Alexandra, I'm going to bring you up. So be prepared. Alexandria.
Hey, honey, I didn't know if I was going to be prepared or not.
How are you?
Good, how are you? My first time in the chat.
I know, I love it. Welcome to TheKempire.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts? I know you probably have a bunch of thoughts, but specifically about this whole Native American situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so regarding the Native American situation, not Cynthia, Lord, when I'm about to say Cynthia, when Kenya, oh Lord, when Kenya was taking accountability for it at the reunion, I think that was good. She did good on her part, because I'm not even a Kenya fan, so I can give her that. She did good on her part, and I'm not even mad at the fact that she came at Portia and at Drew, especially Drew, because I don't like that heifer. Okay, I'm a Portia fan all the way, but I feel like Drew is just going off the bandwagon of Portia. Because once I see Portia doing something, like Portia might be getting her hair done on Tuesday, here go Drew getting her hair done on Wednesday. I'm like, Lord Jesus, will make it stop. Okay, so
Portia
regarding
was
that,
definitely really trying to be on that
yes, I
whole
feel
Drew.
like
I'm sorry,
that.
Drew was trying to be on that Portia train.
Yes, and I don't like that. I want her off the show completely.
Portia
Like, I
on
don't
the
want.
rail.
Yes, I do not want Drew to be Portia's sidekick, okay? Because I like the Cynthia Kenya sidekick. I like that duo, but I do not like the Portia and Drew duo, okay? But regarding Kenya going at them, I don't feel bad about that situation because first, if you're coming at me, I'm going to come back at you.
Yeah.
And you can see that Kenya had her receipts ready in hand to give them out to them girls. So she did, but where I'm getting confused at is that I'm seeing that regarding Lauren's sister, they said that was African American wear, not Native American. That's what I'm saying.
Look, let's take a look.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say that during the reunion unless they cut that out because they've been cutting out a lot of stuff. I mean, very possible. Very possible. Look. And also, and let's not forget as well, I saw people saying this in the chat the other day. There are Black Native American people.
Yeah.
There are. And even, Kenya, she said it during the reunion, but she said it in a tweet before that's part of her culture as well. But like I said, in contradiction to Kenya, is that, well, if it really was your culture, then you would know women don't wear that headdress. Just saying.
Right.
But anyways, I don't want to delve too much on that.
I got my friend into the mess. Look.
What were your thoughts on the Kandi speak on it? Was there something that stood out to you that you wanted to talk about?
Kandi speak on it, Lord, because I love me some Kandi and I love me some Portia. So I can see where I see both sides of the story because you can see where Kandi, you can tell Kandi still do not like that girl.
I mean,
at the end of the day, you can still see that Kandi, I feel like they forced them to be friends because, they had to go back into production, do videos. Either way, they had to go back into the money. So Kandi, from a business standpoint, she had to go back into the money. But any way that Kandi can go back at Portia, she is going to do it because she don't like that girl. And being Team Portia, I do not see nothing wrong with that because Portia did do something wrong to Kandi. Yes.
Something very wrong.
Yeah, something very wrong to Kandi. But if you're going to take a stand for something, either be team I don't like that girl or team I like that girl. Don't be in the middle. That's what I will say.
Captain Twirl.
I have something to say to this. I agree with what she said, but we have to flip here. Kandi, yes, if I was in her place, I wouldn't be able to forgive that. But she accepted to move forward with Portia. Mm-hmm. But then it wasn't Kandi who leaked the text messages, and it wasn't Kandi who did a speak on it on Instagram, which is which is owned by Kandi, the name.
Trademarked,
so, yeah, it's trademarked by Kandi. So Kandi, she was setting the record straight. So it wasn't her coming for Portia. And in her situation, if she's coming for Portia, I feel like we can justify her coming for Portia because of what Portia did to her. They were hashtagging under her name with Bill Cosby's name. So that was this is my thing. Portia, she is the one who asked to delete the scene. It wasn't Kandi. And and because
We're
she
skipping way too
knew,
far ahead, though. We're skipping way
Okay.
too far ahead. There are a lot of areas. We'll get to that. I know you're anxious to talk about, but I want to bring up some callers.
I was about to say.
Jason, I'm going to bring you up. Jason, what's going on?
How's it going? Hey, Team Twirl. Glad to be back, y'all. You see, I shouted my name for you so you wouldn't say just another sin.
Okay, wait. Okay, Jason, what is your thought on this whole situation?
Oh man, it's crazy. I'm so glad that Kandi is doing Speak on It. Production is trash. That's number one. Trash by Sidora. They are robbing us of a possibly good season. But regarding Kandi and Kenya and Portia, I mean, you know, Portia's a liar. So it kind of is what it is. Everybody's responding to what Portia has proactively put out there. So it is what it is. You know, Portia's a liar. She got on the live. She said she didn't do it, but then she did do it. And now Kandi is really telling the truth. And the one thing I laugh so much is that if you guys don't know, Jamie is the editor of Speak On It, and she's the one that Portia beat up running down the street. Did y'all know that?
No, Jason.
Yes, I did. I hear
Jamie makes sure that Kandi tells the truth. You saw Jamie was like, "Look, did she do this?" I was like, "Yeah, get her, Jamie."
Yeah,
get her, Jamie. That's
my God. Okay. All right. Wow. All right, Jason. Thank you. Okay. All right. I want to before we jump ahead to the Portia situation, because I know you guys are itching to talk about it. I do want to cover some of the areas that she talked about in regards to production editing out a lot. And one of the areas where she talked about where production edited out a lot, including turning down her mic during the whole Native American conversation, and she was talking about the whole Ralph situation. She said there was more that was said during that particular section. And Todd, who told Kandi, like, the way y'all treated Ralph is very different than the way that you treated Todd, the way you treated Apollo, the way you treated Peter. It was sort of like, what? Okay, what's happening here?
I know what's happening.
The husbands previously, they were held to the fire like they were housewives. They were literally held to the fire. Peter did something, he was getting called a B, meaning he was in his space. Apollo did something, he was having to own up to it, having to sit and go back and forth
discussing
about
with
what
the
did or
group.
didn't happen. Yep. I think that they literally let Ralph funky two-step out of accountability with receipts that didn't make sense. And yes, and the receipts didn't make sense. And I think Kandi is a logical person, so she was like, okay, no.
That didn't make sense. She says that in her Speak On It. The other thing that she said in regards to the Speak On It, in regards to Ralph was on Speak On It with Don Juan and said that he was going to bring more information. And Don Juan was like, he didn't bring anything, not according to what we saw. He didn't bring anything in that regard. So look, it is what it is. Production has been trashed this season, not just with Atlanta. They've been trashed with Potomac, for during that reunion. I don't know what they're doing. We will delve more into production and what they're. What?
I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing.
We don't want no.
You know what? It's their favorite, like because what's her name? Drew. She is like up Portia's. You know what? So Portia is protecting them, and it seems that Portia, she really has a big say on what airs and what doesn't. Even the
Miriam, I told you we're not talking about Portia right now. We will get to Portia because I know everyone's itching to talk about Portia. You're on mute.
Listen, Drew and Ralph. I'm talking about Drew and Ralph. They treated Ralph with white gloves because Drew is team Portia, and she wanted them to be, like treated nicely. That's why it's like it's
I mean, based on what we're seeing in regards to Drew, that does make sense in regards to the things that they're leaving out. But I want to talk about the Latoya incident because since we're talking about Drew and the whole Latoya and Ralph's barber going to Latoya's room while she's, getting ready for the reunion to give her vitamin C. Kandi said, if that was me and we're not friends, it would have been a situation. Like, she gets why Latoya was so mad. But she also reveals that particular blow up was edited out so much, including her calling Ralph a bitch. And then Andy said, we don't do that on the show. And Kandi was like, what? This is not that type of show. Since when, Andy?
Andy tried it.
What did they used to call Peter?
Peter used to be all types of those.
Oh, please.
And they addressed that during the reunion, too, of that particular season.
That just proves my point, Kempire. That just proves my point. It's because Portia is protecting them. That's why they edited out. Like, I would have pressed charges against
Y'all
them.
really think Portia got that much pull, though?
Oh, yes.
Well, look here. Remember Portia did an IG live and she asked for that particular deleted scene to be taken out, and they did.
Yes,
they did.
Regarding Drew, you think she has that much pull regarding Drew with the situation? Because going back to where Portia saw Drew revealing the present, Portia wasn't all the way on Drew's side either. And I feel like outside of them casting and everything, her and Drew aren't close, because I watched the Watch What Happened live with what's her name? I don't like that girl. Drew. Oh Lord. Drew. And she said she had the receipts to the rest of the tape, which was whack.
Yeah.
And Portia was like, oh girl, let me listen to it after this Watch What Happens live. Like, girl, if y'all tight like that, she would have been had the receipts to that video, and she would have backed you all the way up with that video as well. So it's just like, girl, like, y'all close? Like, y'all not close? Like, y'all just doing this for the TV? Because if y'all just doing this
one thing I'll tell you, the only people that are really close on these housewife shows probably would be in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because there's actually family ties there. Other than that, a lot of these ladies don't hang out unless it's filming. I want to talk a little bit more about what Kandi said in regards to production, really just cutting out so many important scenes. And remember that scene between Kandi and Don Juan? We found out during the speak on that Kenya was actually a part of that conversation. She came in later. And one of the things that she mentioned in the conversation that was edited out was someone was threatening to sue Kenya for, I guess, talking about the Bolo situation.
Oh, yeah, I believe that was Portia.
Tanya.
Yeah, it was Tanya.
Exactly. Because remember, with Tanya wrote a very heated letter to production that she would not be returning. So it wouldn't shock me if Tanya was threatening to sue Kenya allegedly. I want to take hold on. Oh, I lost her. Never mind.
See, everything is proving, again, the editing, the way they're leaving out, they deleted the whole scene involving Portia that makes her look bad. But yet, they left the scene that Kenya is talking about it. Like, it's very strategic and targeted. And Tanya, to be honest, I don't think it's the Bolo situation that made her run away. What really made her run away is that...
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm going to drop y'all because I just got to bring Miriam up closer. What?
You know why? It's on the Speak on It, they had, Kandi said that they had the group text, and then they had the side text. And in the side text, Tanya was very vocal, shading, and she even posted something on social media, and it was about Kandi, and Kandi didn't know. She burned the bridge with Kandi, period, end of story. And the Bolo added to it, and she used it as an excuse, but that's the real thing over there. So I feel like these ladies, Portia, she doesn't have friends. She has loyalists towards her. It's a cult. Because if you say, if you're not the lapdog to Portia, she will cut you out of her life. And she will be strategic. She made amends with Nene, and Nene is the one that blasted her. All this mess is being done because of Nene. It wasn't
was
because of
Kandi. We're gonna get into that. All right, Miriam. I gotta mute you because you keep jumping ahead. There's a lot that happened during the speak on, and I want to cover it, but we'll get to Portia in just a second. I just have one more conversation I want to talk about, and that's Old Daddy. speak about the old daddy situation. She did call Kenya out. She said that her and Kenya had a conversation because, Kenya retweeted that. I actually do have the tweet. Let me just retweet. Let me show you the tweet that that they were referring to. But for Drew to get so emotional about this tweet, I thought that was a lot. So in the tweet person, Whitley Gilbert Wayne, this conversation with Drew's son is so cringy. Let that baby go play Minecraft or something. This is not really about her son. It's about the situation that you're putting on television. So if Kenya retweets it, and this is what Kenya said, here's the tweet I liked. I actually felt bad for her son seeing how uncomfortable he was, and viewers felt the same. It's my opinion as a mother, and she asked. I never said anything bad about her son. Don't drag me into it to have fake beef with me. I do kind of think that Drew really targeted Kenya because she knew having a fight with Kenya, it would lead to camera time. Look, let's be real. Marlo does the same thing. But I have to say, Kandi said that she did have a conversation with Kenya saying if that tweet was about Brooklyn, you would have felt very differently. And I thought that was fair. I still feel like the tweet wasn't that big of a deal for Drew to cry those crocodile tears. But look, I'm not a mother. But at the same time, you put yourself out there. So were you crying when everyone else was criticizing me for putting the situation? I'm still mad at her calling the man old daddy.
Right. I don't even like that effect. I do not like the old daddy. Don't cut that out, Drew. We do not kick Drew off. Please kick Drew off the show.
And the thing is, Ralph told her that we need to stop calling him old daddy. And they kept on. She had the man's name as old daddy in the phone.
It sounds corny.
And this in a Black community with this whole uncle thing, that is so weird. Like, your kid going to school, I saw mama and uncle in the bed. Like, no, this old daddy, this uncle, cut it out. Stepdaddy, daddy. This is what we need to go down to. And just regarding the fake tears that Drew, because I'm saying it's fake. Because, girl, if you don't feel no way towards Kenya and that's not your girl and y'all don't kick it, why are you crying over this, girl? Pick up your feelings and move on. You got bigger stuff to deal with, girl. Like, she picks out the smallest situations and thinks, this would be great for TV. No, we don't want to see it.
She can dish it, but she can't take it.
I felt like Drew was trying.
She's reaching.
What happened? Can't hear you.
You
muted yourself?
I muted. They were talking. I didn't want to like.
Oh, okay. You have a moment. Go ahead, St. J.
Boom. Okay. I feel like Drew was trying to weaponize her tears. I definitely think that the tweet, actually reading the tweet, it was not about her son. It was actually about Drew and what she was putting her son through. And I don't like the notion of I don't have kids, so I guess I might be biased, but I think that it seems to be a recurring theme that people are able to do. Like, if you're talking about how someone is parenting, because I guess it was more of Kenya's statement on Drew's parenting, and the parent takes that and deflects it to, you're talking about my child.
Yes.
And
I felt
it's just like,
what Drew was doing.
She wasn't talking about her child. I'm a mother. Listen, I'm a mother, and I can speak to I totally understand what Kenya did. I feel like Drew not only used her son for a scene in the show, but she also used her son to attack Kenya with those fake tears at the reunion. First of all, like, did she understand the tweet? She wasn't talking anything ill about her son. On the opposite, she was standing. She took a stand with the kid, saying he looked uncomfortable. We all felt uncomfortable because that kind of like discussion is too much for a child. Like, if he was 15, 16 or 18, maybe, but this kid, he's under 10. Like, he will resent his mom, and you know what, like, she used her son again. She just used her son again. She can dish it, but she can't take it.
I'll say this again for the people I'll say this again for the people that have not seen me say this before. I can see, if I want to play devil's advocate, but I always play devil. I can see people saying, you know what, this is her real story. So why not share this real story on the show? I can see that. And look, I can also relate to her son feeling awkward, even if the cameras weren't there. This is not a man that I know. This is not a man I'm familiar with. He's been in jail most of my life. So that awkwardness, even off camera, would probably be the same.
Yeah.
Did
That's
y'all?
what I'm
Did I
saying.
say?
Like, even with the tweet itself, like, girl, you putting your life on a reality TV show. So of course everybody's going to have an opinion on your life, sweetheart. So just because she's a castmate, you're saying she can't have an opinion of it. She's watching the show just like us, just like all of us. So of course she's going to have an opinion on it. And I don't even like Kenya, but it's like, girl, that tweet.
Oh damn!
I just don't. But
I just want to recognize some of these super chats. Thank you, Val, so much for the super chat and supporting the channel. We appreciate you so much. Thank you to hold on, I know I saw another one. I didn't want to make sure I get everybody. Crystal, thank you so much for the super chat. And I want to thank Queen. Hold on. Queen said some very lovely things about Captain Twirl. Queen, thank you so much. I love my girl, Captain Twirl. Say it out loud for the people at the back. Love you too, Kempire XOXO. We love you back, Queen, and appreciate your support. I want to take a couple of callers. I want to just take a couple of callers. I'm just going to mute everyone's mic just because I don't want any feedback. Tafara?
Hello.
Hey, I'm glad we're able to get you back. What are your thoughts on anything that we've been talking about so far? I want to jump into the Portia stuff in a second.
I feel like Drew is Phaedra 2.0. Honestly, I feel like she watched the seasons back and thinks she can come in. You know, she's not scripted, so she's trying to put something that's not there. She's trying to project. Like now she has this big house that we don't know if she can even pay for it.
Damn.
So yeah, I that's how I feel. At first when they said she was gonna get on the show, I was so excited because I'm like, she's a sweet girl, although I don't know her, but I felt like she was gonna bring something good. But in a way, I think it's not like I have something against Portia. I think Portia is in her ear and telling her the way to stay on the show is to get Kenya to get on Kenya's bad side, because I feel like that tweet said nothing wrong about her son, because I had to fast forward past that because I couldn't watch it. I'm like, so you spent years not talking to your son about his dad, like where is that? Like, because it was so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable. I don't have kids, but I couldn't watch it. I fast forward each time they bring that scene up because it was uncomfortable. And the son felt it was a little bit rude. I understand he was uncomfortable. Like I couldn't get past like when they were trying to make him feel like, you know, when he was born. That was it for me. I'm like I turned the channel. I didn't even fast forward. Like I turned it.
I think you might have missed this particular point. Angela Williams says Drew admitted that her son met old dad. Why are you calling him old daddy, Angela? I understand. We don't remember his name. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Old daddy met the previous year. So why did it seem like what we saw was the first time they met? Did he just get out of jail though? I thought he just got out of jail. Okay, let's delve into.
She took her son to visit him once in jail.
In jail, but he was little at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I want to talk about the deleted scene. I want to talk about Portia. I want to talk about the text messages. There was a lot there. So let's delve in because I can see Captain Twirl is hot to talk about this. For those, just because I don't want any sort of feedback, because for those that are watching this video afterwards, I want to hear your comments in the comment section. So we want to be able to make sure that everyone hears each other. So be sure to mute your mic when you're not speaking. I'm going to go to Jason. Jason, what were your thoughts on Kandi speak on it, revealing about what really went down in regards to that deleted scene, those text messages, and Kandi reaching out to the executives, and what the blogs were saying about Kandi?
I mean, I appreciated the context. At the end of the day, you know how I feel about Portia. She's inauthentic, and what she's advocating for is such a bigger issue and it's bigger than all of us. So to use something so big and not really genuinely care about the cause is disheartening. If this was something else, like something small and something petty, it would be different. But you really don't care about the movement and the culture and us as a people getting more seats at the table. You only care about being Bravo's Black Lives Matter beard, basically. And that's my opinion.
And according to Kandi on the Speak On It, she said that conversation that they were having at Todd's birthday, the deleted scene, the conversation that she had with Portia wasn't about Black Lives Matter. It was about the blogger situation and how she felt about that. And according to her, Portia said that I forgot her exact words. Captain Toro, you remember Portia's exact words? Wait, say again?
Yeah, she said you wasn't supposed to see that.
I can hear Portia saying that. I can so hear Portia saying that.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Portia is that she shows us who she really is.
But no, at the same time, Portia was the one who asked for that scene to be deleted. And based on what I'm hearing, that was when Kenya got involved. And I guess that's where the conversation went into Black Lives Matter and what Kandi's doing for it versus what Portia was doing for it. But Kandi said she didn't see a problem, basically, and she said this before the Speak On It, she didn't really see a problem with the scene, and she doesn't understand why the scene wasn't in there. And I've said this multiple times. I blame Bravo. I'm not blaming Portia. I'm not blaming Kenya. I blame Bravo because you have a responsibility as executives. If you're making a decision to take out one scene, then you need to give context for what Kenya is saying. That's not fair. Now you're making Kenya look not just like the bad guy on a reality TV show. You're making her look ignorant and like she doesn't support the Black Lives Matter movement. And I don't like that. Okay.
I agree.
Daisha, I want to give you a moment to talk. Daisha, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. They tried to make it seem like Kenya really didn't care anything about the movement when she really did. Even when, they were helping Kandi, she was like, y'all need to stop talking so much. You're supposed to be out here working. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like Portia wants to be the Nene of the show, so she's willing to do anything. And she, to me, I don't think she got that much clout. She really don't. It's Kandi the one that got it. It's not Portia.
And I also want to emphasize that Kandi, one of the things, and this doesn't get said enough, that Kandi really was able to reach out to the executive. And this is why, Nene and Portia and Tanya and Marlo and all of them were mad about not being a part of that conversation. Kandi really, she got Black production companies jobs. She was trying to, on her side of things, in regards to what Bravo is doing, to be representative of Black people on that side of things. And I don't think that gets said enough. I think that was a big deal. I think that was a big deal. Go ahead, Captain Toro.
Portia owes Kandi a fruit basket. No, seriously. The fact that she's an executive producer in Bravo chat room, why is that? This is one of the asks of Kandi.
Exactly. Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The other thing that I want to emphasize in regards to that BLM special that Bravo did, Portia wasn't a part of the original cast. We didn't know that. Kandi revealed that if she asked for Portia, she defended Portia to the executive and said, no, she should be a part of this. She originally wasn't a part of it.
Right. Exactly, to my point. And they, I feel like what they did to Kenya was dangerous because people will get mad at Kenya for not supporting. They made just see the theme, that party in the backyard when Portia was arrested and released. They left till last minute to tell Kenya. So they were trying to ostracize Kenya. There was even a text message and the initiatives from Portia that didn't include Kenya. So Portia, she from the get-go, she wanted to portray Kenya as if she doesn't care about the movement. She's not part of the PSA about voting. She was disinvited to that backyard thing. And then she said, delete my scene, but leave Kenya talking about me because it's going to rile people against Kenya. So it's obvious what is done. It is obvious, and it's so filthy. It's Potomac 2.0.
Here you go with the word filthy. Let's not bring up Wendy Williams words. I want to give other people an opportunity to have a conversation about this. St. J, you have thoughts, I know.
I do have thoughts. Okay, so I will start by saying it is very, the way they edited Kenya as it related to that incident was very dangerous. When you make it seem like this Black woman doesn't support Black Lives Matter, I think that it was very like, because there was no rhyme or reason. It was a very dangerous edit to stamp on someone.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I think that Portia, if you guys listened when Kandi said, I guess Portia had told production she wasn't filming anymore that weekend, and I guess Portia threw around the quit word a bunch of times, and that is how she was getting the scene removed.
I can see it.
I definitely can see it.
Alexandria, you have thoughts?
Yeah, I just didn't know it was my time to kiki. But regarding that situation, I don't blame Portia or Kandi at all in this situation. I see why Kandi had to go and defend herself, because Kandi can be sensitive when it comes to her business, child. So when it comes to Kandi businesses, she gonna come out and stand up on the front line to protect her business and protect her coins. But I feel like Portia can't be mad at Kandi for going by herself. If you're going to go to the production and ask for a deleted scene to get deleted, or get a scene deleted by yourself, and not include the people that was included in that scene, and ask them, hey, this is my point of view. I feel like it should be off. What is y'all point of view? So I feel like in those both situations, you can't really blame one or the other, because you gotta realize these people have a history with each other. Okay? Portia don't like Kandi. All right, I feel like Portia don't like Kandi, because at this point, Portia's like, whatever, girl. I can't fake it no more. You can't fake it with me, whatever. But I feel like, honey, Portia and Kandi is not the ones to blame for this. The people to blame is production, because all these deleted scenes got all the tea in it, and we missing it.
And also, what Kandi mentioned during the speak on it as well, just because when a scene is deleted, they can't talk about that deleted scene. So there's a lot of stuff that they can't say because production won't let them say it. So then I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. If we are doing a reality show and so many people are saying that reality shows aren't real anymore, I think they should start making sure that these scenarios that they're setting up intentionally make sense.
I feel like production they have a bone to pick with Kenya, because you know what? I like Kenya at first, but the way they're trying to portray her on the show is making everyone not like Kenya, because they're really showing the bad side of Kenya. In past seasons, we have seen where Kenya was trying to grow and elevate. Now people are showing more of a liking to Portia, because now we're seeing Portia grow, elevate, and you really don't see the bad side in Portia either. So that's why I really blame production, because if we're going to see a bad side with one person, we need to see the bad side with the other person. We shouldn't choose favorites.
I want to read Lene's comment. Lene, thank you so much for the super chat. Lene says they could have asked for more inclusion, especially Nene. And I think that's where my problem with Nene, because Nene also is very much involved in this story. She was also part of probably the catalyst, actually.
Portia needs to be mad at Nene. Portia has misdirected anger. Nene is the one who put her on blast.
I feel like Portia's not even mad right now, though, because she said that she wanted.
Look, Portia's okay with being a puppet, and I'm not team Kenya, I'm not team Portia. But if history repeats itself, we saw Portia be Phaedra's puppet and got away with the blame of the whole Kandi situation. But I felt like Portia had her hand in that too. But I feel like with this whole situation, Nene used her as a puppet as well. And she doesn't see how she was used in that way. But one of the things that she said to Kandi in the text, she said, I'm glad you got what you wanted in regards to Nene reaching out to the executives. And it was a little bit of a shady text.
It was shady.
That was shade. That was slick shade.
It was shady.
Jason, I just want to go. Everyone, just mute your mic. Jason had some thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts, Jason. You were telling us some stuff in the private chat that I want you to share.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all of you guys. If you're gonna don't give us parts of the story or don't play the audience, I feel like they're playing us for dummies. Like, give us all of the information and allow us to make our own judgments. Stop trying to create a narrative that just doesn't make sense, and now we're all confused. I remember when the original preview came out for when Kenya made that comment, she said a lot more on the preview for the episode, but when the episode came out, she only said a little bit, and I was like, what happened to the rest of the footage? And now I see that they probably should have just took all of it out, but they didn't take all of it out. They only took a little bit, and now they just started a thunderstorm, and it's just ridiculous. Give us the full story. Show us the footage.
The funny thing is, in regards to editing the season specifically, you see it many times where it's sort of like it's not making sense. But in all fairness, okay, I'm gonna have production's part on this part. They were dealing with a lot in regards to the pandemic.
No.
Calm down over there, Captain Twirl. Kandi said it in this particular speak on it that they weren't even able to film as a whole group until South Carolina, and that's why a lot of us were saying the season is dragging, the season is boring. Look, the season didn't really start till they all were together and were able to mesh together. So I'm thinking maybe part of that has to do with the pandemic, but I still don't when something is so serious in regards to Black Lives Matter and what was going on, they shouldn't have just thrown Kenya under the bus and not giving some sort of context or take it all out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, listen.
And I heard allegedly that the black production company that Kandi got for the special, the physical, they're working with Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's what I heard. And Real Housewives of New Jersey is great.
and look at this. And look at this. All the way up north says this. Kandi spoke to the network about equity. The girls wanted a donation from the production company, 2 different entities. And based on what Jason just said, look how after the effect, it's still helping in regards to Black Lives Matter, to Black people being at the table. This is going to continue for years to come because of what Kandi did. And I keep emphasizing that because we can't sleep on everyone can do something different. I didn't like the comment that Portia made to Kenya in regards to, while you're sitting at the curb about, protesting. Look, we got to get away from shaming people about protesting in very different ways. We don't know what Kenya did in regards to her former protest. Not everyone was out there protesting. Not everyone could be out there protesting. We also were in the middle of a pandemic. And at the same time, we're all very grateful for everyone that did go out and protest.
Yeah.
Alexandra, you wanted to say something?
Can I defend Portia really fast?
I'm saying Kenya has a child that she doesn't have the ability to leave it with her mama, her sister, like Portia does. So Portia saying that, I can throw a shade at Portia for saying that, because everybody shows their activism in different ways. Not everybody is comfortable going out in the front lines due to COVID, due to not being comfortable because of violence that does happen sometimes in protests. So with Kenya having a younger child, you do have to look at it in that way. So her saying that was kind of a poke, kind of a childish poke.
Where's the growth? Where is the growth? Let me tell you, if she's about, I really feel very strongly about Black Lives Matter. I really do. I know I'm not Black. I'm not like faking anything, but I really feel strongly about this. Like, this is like something, like, it irks me that it's about equity. But then again, you are here pretending to promote Black Lives Matter, yet you lose no chance to attack another Black woman, and one that doesn't have a village like the one you have. From the beginning of the season, I said, even if it's just for a storyline, it's good because Portia is bringing awareness to the cause, but she is being used by the network just to check that box. That, we said that we will have more, we will spring awareness and show support to Black Lives Matter. So now we have the face of Black Lives Matter is Portia, and they're editing out Kenya to be the villain. She knows she's the villain, but this time it was dangerous. And something like, I'm glad that it's obvious now that Portia, she admitted that she lied without saying. Those things in TikTok, tell me this without telling me this. Portia told us that she lied without saying that she was lying.
I want to point that Truly Bree says
Okay.
Tamika Mallory even admitted it was for press and publicity. And I said this last night, even if it was for press and publicity, her getting arrested doesn't mean that she couldn't have died getting arrested, y'all. Let's not sleep on that. I'm not going to take away from Portia and what Portia has done in regards to using her platform to bring attention, even if it was for ego. There are a lot of people that partially, maybe a small percentage, it's of ego. There's a lot that comes with being an activist. And yes, there are a lot of people that do it 100% without ego, but there are some people that do it for ego. And look, they still risk their lives, even if there's a small portion of ego involved. I'm not going to take that away from Portia. Because like I said before, her getting arrested, she could have died too. She could have been, some sort of violence committed against her on camera, and it would have been okay because they're the police. So let's not, degrade that or make that less than what it should be. St. J, you had some thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so this is the Portia defense. Portia said in her live, and granted, I don't know how much of her live we can take as her being honest, but she said, okay, Kandi already asked, so we pivoted, and then we just asked for a donation. So Portia never said, and we still have no understanding of what exactly they were going to ask for Bravo to do. She said that they were gathering a list. Now, to Kandi's defense, Kandi has been on the show for years. He's been on the show for years. They should both have some type of direct access to someone that can assist with the situation. So if Portia was aligning with Nene and Nene can make that happen, you can't be upset that somebody else did. Because the donation was dismal.
It's just
I feel like Portia.
Their mindset.
Wait, let's get to Tafara an opportunity to speak. Go ahead.
I feel like Portia was spewing some alternative facts because in Kandi's speak on it, she said they were talking about donation before, and she felt like that wasn't going anywhere because they didn't have a specific amount that they wanted. That makes more sense than what Portia was saying. She was like, oh, after she sent that to the network, let's just ask for donation. That doesn't make sense when Kandi said, remember we were asking for the timeline of those text messages. I think like Kandi makes more sense when she said that they were talking about donation and she felt like they weren't going anywhere. So she came up with an idea. And I feel like Portia felt some type of way because she has too many yes people around her at this point. They're not trying to actually direct her when it comes to certain things because she comes off sometimes at not being, smart in some instances because they're not correcting her when she's doing something wrong. Kandi came up with a great idea. And if it was Portia, I think she would have went to the network and not tell the girls because she would have wanted to take credit for that. And what Kandi also said, she didn't even produce it herself. She had a company do it.
Yeah.
Which gave them money. And I feel like she's trying to help. Why not come together? Why go on the side and talk about it in a negative way? That's why she said you weren't supposed to see that because they were trying to act as if Kandi was doing something bad, as if she should have said all the girls came up with the idea when they didn't, which is not fair.
Yeah. Daisha, I seen you moving over that, and I know you have thoughts. What do you want to say about all of this?
I want to say this, that Portia, I mean, you're right. We're not going to take anything away from Portia, but Portia always has to be told to do something. You see what I'm saying? And that's crazy. She a grown woman. She need better management. And I don't feel, I mean, think about it. Kandi is a Grammy Award winner. Okay?
And multi-business owner.
Of course she can go to the executives. They don't have the clout like Kandi does. They just don't. Because when you get that Grammy behind your name, you on a different type of level. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like what Kandi did actually helped out the betterment of everybody. And Portia wrong for saying that Kenya doesn't help the community. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Kenya be supporting Detroit. What? All the time. She even did the little camp for the kids. Like, Kenya has done a lot, even during the pandemic, and they didn't even show that. And you don't see her crying about it, and you don't see her asking for a check.
And
thank you,
one thing
Aisha.
here about
Saint
Kandi.
J. Wait, let's Saint J. Go ahead, Saint J. And then we'll go to you, Captain Twirl.
I think that Kandi's speak on it lended itself to Kenya's questioning of Portia's reasoning being valid. Like, because after you saw Portia's speak on it, and then you saw Kandi speak on it, it kind of led itself to go, well, Portia, girl, we got some questions for you because it doesn't all add up together. So therefore, Kenya's questioning of you is valid. However, I don't like the notion of Portia saying, well, Kenya's questioning me, so this is bad for the whole movement. I think that is a question that people in the audience even could have. So that should have been addressed. And if your intentions are pure, they should have been able to be spoken to Kenya and be pure, and that could have been that. Now it's yes, you were being an activist, but now it's being so largely questioned because you were pulling a bunch of strings behind the scene.
Captain Twirl.
Well, this is just I was going to say almost the same thing that he just said now, but there's another thing. The text messages that Portia published on the Cheetah brand of Speak On It. That's what
not the Cheetah brand.
Listen, wait. This is the thing. It wasn't all the text messages. So when you can delete certain comments, and that's what Portia said, just to prove that the move that Kandi did is not only masterful, is the smart one. Because several times prior to this, her text messages and her emails ended up in the blogs. So why will she burn the priceless and precious connection with the network by copying them or including them so that it ends up in the blogs? First of all, she's not on anybody's payroll but Bravo. Okay, so she doesn't owe them to be there. They are mad that they didn't have this brilliant idea and just showed how basic their initiative was. All they could think of was of a donation. They didn't have a timeline. They didn't have a plan on how to spend the donation. Meanwhile, Kandi, she was speaking on behalf of kids and internships. She was speaking on basis like, I didn't know what's the difference between production and physical production. Kandi, she's the crusader. Like she needs some sort of like Peace Prize. I don't know what. But she was talking about like the whenever there's a black production company, because they're not approved by Bravo, they always have to team up with not black owned production. This is the systemic discrimination.
I was very impressed with when Kandi was speaking about those aspects, because it shows you that Kandi's very, very smart in what she's doing. She's a very smart businesswoman. That's why her heart
is in the right place.
And you know what? One of the things that
trying to take credit for it.
One of the things that I thought was important that
trying to take credit.
One of the things that I thought was important in regards to what Kandi said during her Speak On It, if you're just joining us, we're dissecting Kandi's 2-part Speak On It. If you haven't seen it, I posted a link in the description of this video. Also posted a link of my collaboration with Fem Tarot. We've been pulling the tarot cards for some of your favorite housewives, and Kenya Moore. You should see that video. We talked a lot. I asked all the questions that you guys were asking about. Mark Daly, is she going to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta? What's the future of her relationship with Mark Daly? Is there another baby on the way? I think I said too much. Check out the link in the description of this video so you can see the full prediction. But I want to round this out in regards to, I love Kandi Speak On It. It's something that she probably should have done when she had the deal with Bravo doing her own show. I think her own show just went in another direction, but maybe now Bravo will pick it up. But I think she should keep it as her own and keep it on YouTube. She's almost at 500,000 subscribers. Look, it's also Taurus season. Y'all know I'm a Taurus and I love me some Kandi. I will call Kandi out. And Kandi says the same thing. She calls out her own friends. She calls out Kenya when she needs to. She'll call out Cynthia when she needs to. And look, I'm going to call Kandi out when I need to. But I want to go around the room and ask everyone their final thoughts on this Kandi Speak On It part 1 and part 2. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you to Natalie P, first of all, for calling in and always supporting the channel. She says, thanks for having me on, Kempire. I think my connection was lost. We appreciate you, Natalie. No matter what, you're always in the chat and always in the comments and supporting, and we appreciate everyone. So for those that are here, 451 of you, like this video if you haven't. It takes 2 seconds. Just hit like. Just hit like. And hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as I said before, it is Taurus season. I will be doing a special 2 weeks from today, Kempire birthday party live on here. So we're gonna talk about everything that you want to talk about. We're gonna have people call in and share their thoughts on how much they love and adore me. No, I'm playing. I want to go around the room and just look. I'm gonna start this time with Tafara because Tafara doesn't get a lot of opportunity this live to talk. But I appreciate Tafara calling in. Tafara, what are your last thoughts on the Speak On It? We have 2 more parts of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. What are your thoughts?
I was actually proud of Kandi. I felt like she did something that a lot of people wouldn't think about, and she extended. I really want to see her win more than she's actually winning, because she's thinking of us. She's thinking about everybody getting the chance to get ahead. And I agree that she should think about doing a business with Bravo for that show. But they would have to get rid of what's her name, Portia's chat room. I don't know who's watching that.
Oh,
because I tried watching it once and I couldn't.
I don't like the chat room. I actually thought, I've been saying this and I'll say this again. I feel like the chat room is a ripoff of the Claudia Jordan Cocktails with Queens. Because remember, that was really popular during the pandemic, and all of a sudden the chat room popped up. Just saying. But that's just me. And
it's too biased because Portia's in there, with Kandi. Sometimes Don Juan would even ask Kandi like tough questions that you would think they're close and you wouldn't go there. I think they need something where it's not just the housewives and they're gonna be biased because you're sitting right there. Even if you're wrong, they're not gonna say that.
Yeah. Tafara, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you.
It was a pleasure.
Daisha, what are your thoughts on Kandi Speak On It? And anything else that you want to share in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, the season, the editing, anything? It's your opportunity to share your thoughts. And I love what you shared in regards to Kenya giving back, because I don't think a lot of people know that.
What Kandi did was inspiring, and she continues to inspire others. And like she said, and like she always want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity at the top seat. And that's the only thing that Kandi wants everyone to have a chance is to grow. And Portia, she not growing. She's going to have to take some time to learn some of those things, because she's really not all that like a celebrity. She's really not. She's just famous for being on the show. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Kandi is doing what she has to do. And you want to know why Nene was upset about her not having a spinoff? Because she was mad that Kandi was doing the things that she was doing and being able to get the doors open on the back end. So, I love the show. I love everybody. I just need to see some more like you said. And they were trying to make Kenya to be the bad guy. But I think Kenya, she holds herself very well. Because one thing about that girl is you do something to her, she gonna get you back on the deep end, okay?
Oh. Well, Ramona, you hear that? You know, Candy's right. Not Candy. Kenya is in the Turks and Caicos filming the Real Housewives vacation series, and I heard Ramona called her a bitch. So I can't hear you, Daisha. You're muted, and you're moving very slowly. I don't know what happened. Jason, what are your final thoughts?
I agree with Tafara and Daisha. I'm super proud of Kandi. Her heart's in the right place. If the good thing about Portia starting this live and all of these things coming to light, Kandi got a chance to inadvertently kind of pat herself on the back for the things that she did behind the scenes that we probably wouldn't have never known about. And that's how you know that her heart's in the right place. So I just appreciate the insight. I've been watching Speak on it for a while. And I used to watch it to supplement the episodes, but now I actually watch it instead of the episodes, and I feel insulted because the story, the things that they're leaving out of the story are more interesting than what they're showing on TV, and it pisses me off. So I hope Kandi continues to do the Speak on it, but I hope that the production company gets it together and really gives us the true story. Stop trying to feed us a narrative and insulting the audience like we're not smart enough to see through the BS.
You know what I think will be interesting, especially with what Kandi did about getting Black production companies involved with Bravo. Maybe we will see better editing. Maybe we will see better storylines. Maybe we will see better Housewives. Maybe we will see better reality shows on Bravo now that we have a seat at the table. St. J, final thoughts.
Whew. Okay.
Oh.
I think that Kandi said a lot. I think she cleared up a lot. I think that Kandi doing Speak On it makes her a huge asset to the show. And without Kandi being on the show, I just think that would be a huge loss. So I'm hoping she continues to stay and she can do more Speak On It. I think that Portia is still new to being an activist. And I think that overall, the general consensus is that Portia is not the brightest light bulb. So she might have been better served to, I don't know, ask for more help instead of. I think I said this in the comments of the Married to Medicine episode yesterday. Portia, and I don't want to say that she did it, or Portia or production, or the team of Portia and production was able to use Black Lives Matter as a prop this season. And I think that came off really interesting when you get into like the Vulture article. Portia's declining to comment, but then she's going on live. She talks in circles. Now Kandi's responding. If we weren't getting such crappy editing, we wouldn't even have to have this conversation. If it happened on the cameras, it's happened on the cameras. It's part of the show. And I think that they need to just keep that there. And I also will conclude with, I feel like it's very dangerous to portray Kenya as someone that doesn't care about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, St. J. And finally, Captain Twirl, final thoughts, and let's keep it short and sweet. Oh, look at the fan. You're muted. You're muted.
Always. It's just like Kandi, she could have replied to the Speak On It on Instagram before now, but she was busy promoting her movie. Kandi, she made change. She made change, and we are going to start to see it. And this is where it shows she wasn't trying to take credit for it. She didn't have a beef with anybody because of it. She confronted Portia because the text messages were shady towards her, the side text messages, and so she had to address it now. And this is how, as a reply, as a reaction, and she wasn't calling Portia outside of her name. She was very gracious, but she held her accountable. Say, hey, you want to show text messages? Show all of them. Oh, this is why I didn't put you guys in my email to the network, because I don't want it to end to the blogs. And by the way, all the text ended in the blogs because of your girl, Nini. Your girl, Nini.
Who's your girl? That's not my girl. I bring
my
Nene to the
girl.
fire all the
No, I
time.
mean,
Everybody else's?
I'm talking like Candy's telling Portia.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, I am Captain Twirl, but I am Team Kandi. I'm Team Kandi. Kandi, she's really like, she blossomed to be a woman that I look up to, that is teaching all the time, that's just comfortable with herself, something that I would never even think I can be. But it's refreshing to see someone do that. She's really promoting change. She is really doing good for the sake of good, not stardom, because she has Grammys. We will listen to Ed Sheeran sing her songs, Beyonce. Like, that woman is a powerhouse. And I hope Bravo, they take a page of Speak on It book, because I was hooked from the first episode. And the first episode that I watched was Cynthia, the one that you guys call boring. And it was entertaining. It was hilarious. She's the brains. She is the brains of she's it. She's the it woman. She's the it black woman.
She's the
Kandi. I bow to you.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you so much for calling in and always supporting the channel. We appreciate your commentary always, and you have a fan group in the chat, so you might want to go say hello to them.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I just want to pay attention to some of these super chats. Hot Steph says, shout out to y'all being so lit tonight. Loved it. Also, Bravo is dumbing down their audience with these antics, and it's honestly insulting. Thank you again, Hot Steph, for the super chat. I saw another one. The Truth always comes through and support. The Truth says this. Thank you guys for being truthful. I love what Kandi's doing, and I'm so proud of her. Portia needs to be held accountable. Her lies have to stop. Have got to stop. This is my new favorite channel. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. For the 380 people watching right now, if you haven't liked this video already, be sure to like. Also, we've posted a couple of new videos today. We give you a quick hot topics in under a minute. Daily content here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We also talked a little bit about Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. It was all about the Jacksons today on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So check out those videos as well. Also, post in the description of this video, you will find the collaboration that I did with Fem Tarot in the tarot reading for Kenya Moore. Also, if you haven't watched Kandi Speak on It, part 1 and part 2 is also available in the description, because you know I like to cite my sources. And of course, I just want to thank everyone that called in and shared their thoughts. It doesn't matter what team you're going for. We appreciate everyone's commentary, but always be respectful. For those that are watching this video afterwards, after the live, let us know your thoughts on Kenya, your thoughts on Portia, your thoughts on Kandi Speak on It. Are you looking forward to Kandi coming back for another season? I have to say, after watching her speak on it, it really did change my mind. We need Kandi there. We need that balance, even more than Cynthia. I love a Cynthia, but I still need my Kandi, and I need Kandi to be there to bring us the tea to speak on it. Anyways, we will continue to speak on it, and we will continue. If you have any information on some of your favorite celebrities or housewives, be sure to slip in my DMs. You know we love to get that hot tea and talk about it here on the show, and we appreciate the audience, the chat room. I see you guys all in there. Shout out to It's Taurus season. My birthday is May 11th, and we will be doing a special live party here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Thank you to all of the super chats. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to the moderators. I appreciate you guys being here and holding it down. Oh, wait, I gotta a leak. Thank you so much for this. Thank you. I vote for Kempire Daily replacing Andy Cohen for the next year's reunion. Look, I'm down for it. But then you guys might not like me once I'm a part of it, because production gets in there and they cut things out I said. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Shout out to all my Tauruses or my May babies that are in the chat. I appreciate everyone being here. It's been fun. Now go get some rest, because you know we might go live tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because when we have breaking news, when we go live, or when I upload, you need to know, because sometimes we decide because something just leaks. Look, Giselle unfollowed Dr. Wendy Asefo on The Real Housewives of Potomac. What's going on there? I'm going to find out. You never know when I'm going to go live. So be sure to subscribe. That rhymes. I was a poet, didn't even know it. Anyways, here's my outro music. I'm just gonna snap my fingers and I'm gonna end the live. Thank you to everyone in the